It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
God, it's such a Thorne song. It's unbelievable.
5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days
Hit the living room.
I realized all my fault.
Trying to compare you.
You've forgiven me.
Hold and now watch the hoodwink. Doesn't make you stop think. You think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, or I like the chalet Swiss. I like the sushi cause I never touch the frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Think like Liam rhymes because I'm all about value. Burt Memphis got the mad hits. You try to match wits. You try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a fake and take a lick and take a
I fucked it up. Get it off. Yeah, I'll turn it off. You fucked it up.
I did fuck it up.
There was no. I was gonna let him keep going if he could get through.
I wanted to harmonize with him at this point.
That is such a Thorne song. Oh my god.
Giddy up.
Yeah.
What's up? This Philly Life episode 8. I don't know.
We got the guy we've mentioned on this show probably 250,000 times. Thorne Greene. He drove from Fort Wayne, Indiana to do this.
57 hours to chug.
How many actually?
It's a 9.5 hour drive. I got done in 7 hours.
You got done in 7 hours. And how many speed tickets do you have this year? Cumulative, actually. Give me the whole amount.
You can't count, can you?
No, that up in last year. I don't know the count this year. It's a lot lower because I lost my license 3 times this year. But and it benefits because I moved, so like I have new records and shit. But I had 18 speeding tickets last year, 2015.
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
And the cool thing is,
I don't have 25% of that, and I've been driving for 10.
Most states aren't reciprocal, so like
I don't think I've ever.
I only have 11 points. Or I had 11 points. 15 points that they lowered to 11, and then I lost 5 more points, which was great. But they said if I get one more ticket, it's for every point above 5 after today. It's an extra, something stupid like 10 days extra added to your suspension.
So, have you ever lost your license?
Yeah, several times.
For how long?
In the state of Virginia, I lost it 3 times this year, and I went and all you got to do is pay them money. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking.
They just want money.
Exactly.
But how long did you lose your license for?
I don't know. I get fucking. I
you
go
still
and do
drive
something.
on it.
Like I go register a new car or something. They're like, oh, by the way, yeah, I know you just spent 4 hours at the fucking DMV, but now I need you to go drive a half hour to go get your fucking license unsuspended and just come back, show me the form. You don't got to wait in line and just get it done. And that's happened twice this year in Virginia.
I have no driving record, none. And I was driving from one job to another at 3 o'clock in the morning back when I was still doing the paper route this time last year. Okay? I got pulled over, got 5 points on my license, lost my fucking license for 2 months. And this guy's got 18. 18 just last year. And he drives like a fucking banshee. And nothing happens. I lost my... I had to mail mine to the state. My ticket was $400. It cost me $200 to get my fucking license back and like another $15 in bullshit fees. When it was all said and done, it was almost $800 and I lost my license for 2 months for a first offense. I did miss the court date. The cop said he'd give me a break, and I missed the court date because I was in Sea Isle. That definitely didn't help, but needless to say. Anyway, so Thorne's our one friend who's a self-proclaimed millionaire, and none of us really know.
I'm not a self-proclaimed. I'm a fucking Somerton proclaimed.
He's a Somerton proclaimed millionaire. His name is actually Thorne Greene, and he actually goes by Todd Jenkins, and his real father is actually a puppeteer in Los Angeles, I still think. And his name is Valak Sykes. Looks him up on Google. But Thorne...
You know what's crazy is my and I shouldn't say this, but edit that part out. Fucking my brother and 2 sisters don't even know that he exists, which is...
Really?
Yeah, really. Like
holy shit.
So if my parents are going to listen to this podcast, I'm like...
Here's the thing. We can never get rid of it now. That was the first like breaking news we've ever had. Like legitimate breaking news. Anybody have anything else they want to get off their chest? I don't got any crazy shit going on.
Am I going to have to cut this out, or can I go into this?
No, don't go into it. Let's just change the subject.
So anyway,
that's why I didn't say anything, because I'm like...
he's our good buddy who's always been doing weird shit. I mean, from owning a pretzel factory to fucking drinking an entire bottle of liquor. I mean, most of it has to do with alcohol, and then the rest of the tale we don't know. But the guy spent the last 7 years, 70% of a decade, traveling around, making tons of money, going to every state you name, every fucking... I mean, I'm not kidding you. I was in Key West, and it turned out he was in Miami. He almost flew over to say what's up. So the guy's been all over the place. He's got crazy stories. So if you want to just introduce yourself, a lot of people know you. You know, people most of our listeners
He was the
are
first
from
person to
right around here. So a lot of
visit
people know
me.
you, but
out in L.A. He was the first one.
yeah,
Hey, we filmed that Samsung video
Oh,
commercial
yeah.
where you got poo in your face.
Got poo on my phone.
I got poo on my phone. You can see me standing in
I
the back
seen
of the
it, yeah.
bathroom, like filming in the mirror. Like it was like the car's not moving. We're like this,
We,
so
like,
you know,
purposely
driving.
made it bad.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I seen it. Well, where was the best place? I mean, you've been traveling around. You're going to take a little sabbatical from work, but you've been all over the place. I mean, where was the best?
Well, I'm done work, not a sabbatical. Best place I've worked, best place I've traveled to.
Travel to.
I'll take both.
Best place I've ever traveled to is a toss-up between Cuba or Brazil.
Really, Cuba?
I've heard that.
Oh, Rio de Janeiro. This guy.
I would say
did
I
you
heard
go alone?
both of
Yeah, I
those.
went by myself.
He went. No, hold on. Wait, check. Before you're about to say anything, that's something that's hysterical. Last year for New Year's Eve,
fire.
I'm getting Snapchats from this guy in Rio de Janeiro on like the 30th floor. He went alone on vacation. Like I had to explain to people, like, no, he's having fun. Like, believe me, he's ripped and partying with random people right now.
I think
So-
that sounds. I feel like those are probably. I mean, I don't know how Cuba still is. Cuba apparently used to be back in the day, like the party spot. But I heard that Brazil is the funnest place ever.
Really?
The reason I went to
Yeah.
Brazil was because I literally Googled in October. I said, what is the? I Googled the number one New Year's party in the world, and it came up Sydney, Australia, New York, Manhattan. But number one was where the previous year 2.8 million people showed up on the beach, and last
That's
year when
Philly.
I went,
That's
was
all of Philly.
3.1 million people on Copacabana Beach.
It's actually way more than Philly.
Now-
I think Philly's like 1.6. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it was incredible. I had so the first couple days I'm down there, I kind of acclimated myself. I stayed at a less high end hotel off the beaten path, and then I just partied. It was fucking awesome. I went through favelas. If you're familiar with the favelas,
No.
if you look up favelas, they're essentially tax-free, gang-owned houses that are makeshift on the mountain, and they're like one way in, one way out. Cops won't come type shit. And that's where I rented my first scooter and just drove around Rio for I don't know.
I remember
6-7
getting the
hours.
videos of that. Yeah.
Then I moved hotels on New Year's Eve to the Rio Othon Palace. I'm on the 22nd floor. I got a corner unit with a glass balcony. It was a slide-away door, 2 bathrooms, living room, wet bar. It was
He's
fucking
alone.
wild.
Think of all the shit he
I'm
just
by
said.
myself,
He's
yeah.
alone.
There wasn't a person I didn't meet that I didn't invite up to the fucking hotel. And, I mean, it was fun as shit. But bars won't close down there. So, like, unless it's rude for them to give you a bill. It's rude for them to give you a check. I guess it's culture. It's custom there.
The culture is way different. I heard that.
Hell, wait, I don't
Well,
understand.
I've heard that.
It's rude for them to kick you out. So if you keep ordering drinks, they're going to stay open for you. And I'm talking a club that's 2 stories tall, fucking with little nooks and crannies that are as big as this basement, and dance floors that with antiques and all kinds of antiquities all over, that are literally like it was fucking wild. Clocks on the walls, like all kinds of artifacts, antiques, and shit like that. That was really cool. That was the funnest night. I met an Australian dude who's been traveling for the last year and a half. I met an Albanian chick that wound up coming over the next day. I met a bunch of Indian people who were just cool as shit.
So in your opinion, that was the best party vacation.
I've heard
spot.
that they like sex isn't taboo out there. They just they feel completely different about it, and it's like people like like apparently people just bang each other and stuff.
They're
It's like,
open
whatever.
to it, but the Brazilian women are clingy. So like they want to be like your person for your duration of your vacation. So I heard that, and that's like I was just going around trying to do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Shocker.
But that was cool. So I wound up fucking Albanian, but we're not Albania. What the fuck is the country right next to Brazil? Is that Albania? No, it's not Albania. It's
No. That's all right. You fuck some.
whatever. There's a country, that's
Romania?
right next. No, it's next to Brazil in South America. It's,
yeah.
it's like a bunch of.
I said
It's like they
Romania.
all go to Brazil. Everyone in the fucking world goes here. It's 3.1 million people on a beach. I'm in a white seersucker suit. Literally, it's 90 fucking degrees, so I'm sweating my balls off. I got a red tie on, which, I mean, that was, I don't know, that simplifies like love. Green is money, so forth and so on. but it was fun as shit. So
And
I had a
why
great time.
Cuba?
Cuba because there were rumors that we were going to start being allowed to go to Cuba, and as soon as those rumors came out, we said, you know what, we're just going to go. And it was Adam and I, and we were like, all right, fuck it. How much is it? We booked it on a Thursday. We tried leaving
Adam's
that
his
Saturday.
previous boss. Go ahead.
We tried leaving that Saturday, and we wound up leaving the following Saturday only because we couldn't get visas in time. And in Cuba, you need to have a visa pre-2017 or 16, whatever the fuck year it is. Last year, I went in November. You needed to have an educational visa. So since you needed an educational visa, I had to wait for them to get me on a manifest for 3 tours a day, which we didn't go to fucking a single one of them. And we didn't pay for any of them. It didn't fucking matter. But we had to be on the list, of shit we were supposed to do. We got picked up in a 1956 Bel Air from the airport with a dude holding the fucking sign. We had a bodyguard and a fucking negotiator guy who was our fucking translator.
Like a fixer? You had your fixer?
Oh, he fixed a cockfight for us, which was illegal as fuck, but fun as shit. That was cool as hell. I saw an authentic cockfight. I bought 10 pieces or 11 pieces of art. And it wasn't a problem until I kept falling in love with new art and shit. My house in Virginia is furnished with all this fucking Cuban art. And
remember didn't you buy some in LA when you came out?
Yeah.
Venice Beach?
Oh my God, it was fun as shit too. Dude, we did fucking, I got my weed license in a matter of like an hour of being there. We walked down to the weed store. By the way, they OPC you. OPC is like they market to people, tourists coming in. Got a fucking weed license within like an hour. Went to go buy weed. Fucking we're
everything in the store.
I bought $300 worth of shit. I was there for 2 days. 2 days. I left most of it in the fucking fridge and shit. We bought
he was
fudge
too high.
and-
He was too high that I had to drive his car around.
Oh
Jesus
my God,
Christ.
it was incredible. They're like, sir, how avid do you smoke? I was like, I don't fucking smoke that much. They're like, well, if you're gonna drink that lemonade, you might start with like half, or maybe a third.
Oh, it was lemonade pot.
Oh my God, it's the best thing in the world. I've been looking for it ever since. So it's lemonade. It's in a Turkey Hill fucking bottle, so I could switch the labels.
It's in
a second.
Turkey Hill.
No, it's not made by
looks
Turkey Hill. It
like-
looks exactly
okay.
like a Turkey Hill bottle. And I'm like, oh my God, this is exciting as shit. So I'm like, all right. I drank like a quarter of it, and I was like, all right, cool. Now we're walking a mile back to the car on Venice Beach or Venice Boardwalk, and I'm just thirsty. It's fucking hot as shit. So I keep drinking and drinking and drinking. By the time I
as
know it, I'm
boots,
out of
baby.
the fucking bottle of lemonade. I am so fucking stoned. By the time we get like halfway down the boardwalk, I am like enamored by all of this incredible. Like, have you ever been to Venice Beach?
No.
Have you? Yeah, I've
Been to San Diego,
I mean, Shaq,
SoCal, but
describe
never
Venice Beach.
Venice.
It's bums that get out there at 4 a.m. and work for tips all day, and they probably make a couple $100.
It's not all bums though, but the whole Venice Beach boardwalk, it's like the one side it's all stores and shit, and the other side there's little blocks, like painted,
Right.
and it's like anyone can go out and perform or sell art. It just has to be something you create,
Right.
Right,
and you can just sell it there.
Right.
Muscle
So-
Beach is there. The whole beach is this
Yeah,
side.
so it's just
Then
filled
there's
with
a
people
concrete-
selling.
Right.
I mean, there's some people like selling T-shirts, but they're not supposed to. But it's mostly some hippie
Things that
dudes
you
like
make yourself,
painting
right.
right there. Yeah,
Like there's a guy who did
Pretty
like
cool.
a 5x5 foot, a sculpture essentially out of pennies, and they were just stacks of pennies that it made a koi fish, and it was fucking 3-dimensional. It was awesome. So like there's shit like that. There's all this artwork, all this unique shit, and I seen this painting which is in my hallway in Virginia, and it's called a muse, AMUSE, with a hyphen after A, so it's like a play on words, and it's like if you look from afar, it's just it's a woman laying down with a tit out, and it's like colorful, like really bright colors, blues and teals and different shades. But if you look up close, it's an amusement park. So it's like her tit is like that round thing where everyone's standing against the wall like a gravitron almost.
Oh, wow.
And then like it's like the roller coasters are on.
So when you were high as boots, it was worth the money.
I'll put it to you like this: I spent more money shipping it than I did on buying it.
That's ridiculous.
And I didn't buy the poster version. I bought the actual fucking framed already version. Like it was, I wanted it that bad. Yeah. And we stuck it in the back of a Mustang convertible, and drove around high as shit underneath the sun in fucking California. Just, it was a typical fucking California experience. But,
I mean, I always think that it's crazy. Like, Thorne always blows my mind because He's the one guy, and me and all our friends still talk about it. He's the one guy who can genuinely like have fun alone and not like say he's having fun alone, like have fun alone. Because you don't want to know what my problem is, and I've been trying to get away from this. But like when I go away or when I do something, even if I'm with my girlfriend or with a family member, like or even with my friends, like the whole time in Montreal, I'm thinking like, oh, wouldn't it be great if like, you know, because they all smoke weed. If Shaq was here, or if Thorne was here, or if Kavanaugh was here, or that person would love this. Like that's how my mind works. When I go somewhere, I'm always thinking about this is awesome, but this would be so much more awesome, like showing everyone how cool this was. And he can genuinely just go to Germany by himself with the Jansport and have fun, literally, like not say he is, like actually have fun.
No, I mean, I think I would have fun by myself.
I'm not saying I don't have fun. I'm saying
no,
I spend a lot
saying,
of time in
but
my
I mean,
head
honestly,
like, oh, I wish my boys were here.
I mean,
it's almost meditative.
Not that I've traveled anywhere close as much as Thorne, but besides when I was a little kid, I went to Disney World. I've never flown with anyone else. Every time I've flown, I've just been by myself.
Really?
Yeah, and like when I
so
was
you've
out
never taken a trip like with your boys or your friends or anything?
Nah.
Really?
When I was out in LA, I would always just go out. Just go to the Comedy Store. I would just do shit by myself all the time.
Yeah, but I feel like that's California, though. That's different. Like San Diego, the second the plane touched down, that was the only place I have ever been. And I've been to a decent amount of places. That was the first place I've ever been that I was like, this is just a different world. The second you get off the plane, California is a different. My parents love California. They went out at 18. They almost never came home. They try to go like every so many years. Like they were just in Palm Springs. Then they were out, and we bought them their 25th wedding anniversary or whatever. We sent them to San Francisco. They went like last month. But they always told me when I was growing up, like California is a different world. Like it's fucking awesome. And it's so true, man. When I went out there, I mean, I know you've been to way more places, but I wanted to ask you, Thorne, and were you about to say something, Shaq?
Well, I'll say real quick. When I was in New Orleans, actually, because I was with FaZe and Marie, but then they weren't crazy about it, and they like went in, and I loved it, and I'm like, all right. Say it. They're like, we're gonna head in, and I'm like, and I don't know if they were expecting that I was gonna go in with them. I'm like, all right, and I just chilled by myself till like 4 a.m. out in New Orleans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
You been?
Well, no, I wanted to ask you. My aunt, I won't say her name. She's got tons of money. She travels the world. She recently got married. She has no children. She's been all over the place. She's like, I live vicariously through her. She's probably 50, and she's been everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Like, we'll go to her house, and she'll be like, yeah, like next week we're going to Italy, like for 10 days. She's been everywhere. And that is so funny that you said Louisiana, because she swears to me that she's like, Vince, I'm just trying to think like your buddies your age. She's like, if you accept it for what it is, a dump with poverty all over the place, it is the best party scene you will ever go to. She was like, I love New Orleans. And she's been fucking everywhere. Like probably fucking 4 continents. I'm not kidding you. She's been everywhere. And is that like, it's really that great?
By the way, that's where Valak currently lives.
In Louisiana?
In Mandeville, across there's a 20-mile bridge connecting Mandeville and New Orleans. Literally 20-mile bridge.
Yeah,
wow.
They do a lot of film work in New Orleans.
So it's awesome. So it really is that great? I mean, when you went out alone, Shaq, you thought it was awesome?
Yeah, I mean...
Shaq, that's up your alley, though, man. Isn't it big with music?
I remember I posted... I could probably find them. It might take me a while. But I remember there's videos of me just, like, dancing with the one band. That's just... I'm, like, recording it. And the band's like right next to me because the bar I was in, it's probably the smallest bar I've ever been in.
Which bar?
I don't even know. I was on Frenchman Street. I was just walking down the bar, and then there's the band was just playing there, but they were just like, say this is the bar that you're drinking at. The band is just playing right there.
Right
there.
It's
not a stage. They're just standing right there.
Yeah, and it's like it's a lot of them like that. It's like a jazz area that you're in the French Quarter.
Yeah,
Frenchman Street, and dude, I've only been there twice. Once was on Halloween intentionally. And it was fucking incredible. It was wild. We got there on Halloween. The Eagles were playing New Orleans, the Saints. And, dude, like, Jacqueline Ferry. Am I allowed to say fucking names? Yeah, Jacqueline Ferry was down there. Bridge Morton was down there. There was, like, a people down there that were, like, I'm texting and communicating with. My cousin Tommy, I ran into at a fucking bar. Bourbon Street split exactly, like, in the middle. There's an entirely gay section. And then there's an entirely, like, porn section.
Thorne, am I totally wrong, or did you do that on, like, a whim? Like it was like
that was
that's what I thought was so funny. I remember Thorne being
Hurricane
there for that
Sandy
game.
shut us down, so we said, "Fuck it, let's drive to New Orleans." And we took a road trip.
I remember that distinctly because one of my sister's friend runs like the Green Legion in this area. Like not really runs it, but she plans a away Eagles game every year, and that's why all those girls were down there because one of my sister's friends does the whole thing. And I remember thinking like, man, the people that are down there, other than Thorne, plan this for like a year in advance. He just got in his car and went down. Like, but Thorne, I have a question for you.
Good.
So the question that I was thinking about was all these places that you've been, and if anyone's listening, you don't understand when I tell you he's been to a lot of places. Like, there's no one listening that's been to more places unless you travel for work, and he would still have a shot to be more. He's been everywhere. But what I said, like on my token of, like, what was the best environment you were ever in somewhere where you did think to yourself, man, if you could get 20 of your best friends and go to that place? Because you've been to a lot of places alone, and you've been to a lot of places with just your boss, and you've been a lot of places with random girls and shit like that. But can you think of, like, one place that you were at where you did think, like, okay, if I could close my eyes and have 20 of my boys raging right now? Because the reason I ask is because not too long ago he stayed in Vegas, in a room in Vegas that had... It was a room that Carson Wentz wouldn't even have the money for it right now. So I was going to say Carson Wentz. He hasn't even been in the league long enough. Somebody like who's making buku bucks. Let's go Joe Flacco with his contract he got a couple of years ago. Like literally, me and my friends couldn't believe the fucking place, and we thought like, God, he's out there just like by himself. Like, why can't that be a 5-hour drive? Like, why can't it even be realistic? But can you think of like a place that you were at? Like if you could get 20 of your friends and go to this particular place you were at before, you'd do it. Like fuck it.
That would be. You're right, Vegas.
In that
I
room.
was thinking for a second, but as soon as you mentioned Vegas, it's that environment. I was sitting there the entire time, and usually, like you said earlier, you think about your friends and you think about like other things. But listening to Joe Rogan's podcast yesterday on the fucking 9-hour drive, they were talking about living in the present, and I was like, I guess I kind of do that because when I go to these places. Most of them I shut my phone off, don't communicate with anybody, except when like I really want to end the night with like a Snapchat or something. Other than that, my phone's off, and I just want to enjoy. Like I don't speak Portuguese, I don't speak fucking Spanish. I can get by on some words. I say todo está bien like fucking with everything, or todo bom in fucking Portuguese is it's all good. Todo está bien is all good. So as long as you say that, you're like essentially good with any Spanish-speaking country. Because no matter what, you're in any trouble. Todo está bien. Todo está bien. Hey, what are you doing? Todo está bien. Hey, like you can take whatever the fuck you want. But when I was in Vegas, we went there on a whim, and I went with a kid Juan and a kid Chris, and both of them, neither of them had any money. Both of them are kind of virgins when it comes to traveling and experience and like having a good time, and their friends. Don't get me wrong by any means, but they don't have any type of background with me. I've known them for maybe a year and a half and maybe 6 months. It's nothing fucking crazy. But we got the penthouse on the 58th floor or 56th or 58th floor of the Palms place. And we had a fucking, I shouldn't be talking about this. I'm going to get in trouble later. But we had a fucking infinity pool on the balcony. We had, I woke up in the morning with girls fucking just topless smacking their ass.
I saw the videos. It's pretty funny.
And like it was retarded. There was a pool table, a retracting wall. There was a all Viking appliances, fucking full stocked fridge that was as big as this 12 fucking foot long wall, and it was wild. By the way, when Marshall has his bachelor party out there, there's a kid who we're gonna connect with. His name's Ken. He has the hookup on everything, and he's got the place wired. He's a fucking car salesman that just fucking. He made the trip the best trip that I've had in with just some guys. It's wild. I mean, it was just.
He lives out there.
He lives out there.
The hookup in the sense of what?
Like, so we were wondering what the fucking do.
I mean, if it's Thorne saying
right,
it,
so
it's gotta be.
We have this penthouse and.
That has to be so weird, just living out in.
Oh my
Vegas.
God, I agree,
Vegas, dude.
My
I've never
first
been there, so I
impression
don't
of
know.
This kid is
I
fucking.
never did either, but just what I heard.
I wake up and I'm exhausted from the night before. I got a few hours sleep. I wake up, go grab a drink of water. I come back. He's fucking this chick Mirka in my bed, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll fucking go sleep on the couch in my fucking room, and I'm paying like a dick load of money for, and I sat in the fucking jacuzzi or the balcony or the infinity pool, and just looking out, and it was a good ass time. But We go back. He's like, all right, we got to go to Encore Beach Bar. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. What time's a good time to go? He's like, all right, whatever. I'm going to take a nap. So he fucking takes a nap with this chick, and I'm like still fucking homeless in my own fucking room. And I mean, this place was 3,500 square feet.
I saw the video. I'm telling you, it was what I wasn't kidding when I said Joe Flacco would stay there. It was fucking retarded.
Oh, I mean, dude, it's nuts. It's to the teeth. But we go to Encore Beach Bar. I swear to God, this fucking place is it's a haven for. It's a haven. Yeah, like Dead Mouse is there all the time. Fucking some idiot was there. Tiesto or some shit.
Some idiot Tiesto, the biggest techno guy in the world right now.
Like, I don't listen to that shit. Like, the only time I listen to house music was in Miami. I don't fucking listen to it. But they have like these girls on fucking stands sprinkling champagne into the pool. Now, this pool is probably I don't know, a football field, maybe more. And you go in. There are 7 people, and I only know because I counted after the first 3. There are 7 people fucking in the pool around me. There's girls going under giving you head. There's fucking, you can grab any tits you want. The dude Ken, who's introducing girls to us, is going.
Grab him by the pussy.
He's going.
You
Oh
do
my
anything.
God, you can Donald Trump the fucking shit out of it, dude. He's going up to girls, grabbing their tits, going, "Hey, does this girl feel like the girl's tits from the last night?" I'm like, "Yeah, feel this," and the girl's like, "I feel them." Like, it's fucking insane. I'm trying to do like a podcast thing on the side, and I'm like, I recorded an episode of this talking about it because it was like my birthday week, and I specifically said, if my sisters
Marshall might not be going anymore because everything he just said.
If my sisters ever wanted to go there, I would beat the fuck out of them and not let them go.
All right, so
that's funny. That's like what Gavin. Remember we watched the one video Gavin McGinnis was saying. Went to that point where he was saying go in the spring break, where you were saying like I would send my son, but I'm not sending my daughter. And then people are like saying it's like sexist, but he's like,
this was a Sunday. This was just a random Sunday. It rained in Utah. We were working in Utah, so I drove down to. We were working in Provo, so baby, if you listen to this, it was before I ever met you. We drove down the 4.5-hour drive, and you gain an hour when you get there because you change the time zone.
right.
It's 4.5 hours from fucking where we're working. And we said, absolutely, let's go. I rented a fucking Durango. We did 100 miles an hour there. We got there, and it was just boom. We got pulled over on the way there, actually, but it was just an incredible experience. And that's one time that I legit said, I wish yous were fucking here. I'm looking around like, yous would appreciate this so much more than the 2 people I did bring.
And all that southern accent, he still says use.
use.
He still gets that's a Philly thing, you know.
Yeah, I know.
He won't say y'all until he starts boozing a lot.
Did I tell you how? Did I tell you in New York a few people called out my Philly accent?
No, you didn't.
Oh, when I was at the party and I was just talking to people and they're just like, "Oh, you're from Philly."
In
I'm
New
like,
York?
really?
Flat
Yeah.
out.
I'm like, my accent's that bad? Like, yeah. It's always now too. That people come like, yeah, right now.
You think it's more difficult for someone that lives in like California to point out a Philly accent, or someone that lives in New York to point out a Philly accent?
Probably California. Because out in California, people used to ask if I was Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yeah. I think I heard you talk about that before.
Yeah.
Like,
New
or
York can tell.
Fenton would say that. Fenton had a whole
lot of
story
people
about like
told
he
me
picked
that.
up a girl saying that he was Australian.
Wow.
Like lived with her for like a month or some shit.
Jesus Christ.
But
So
that's
Thorne,
how he got that
So
girl.
Thorne.
yeah, exactly.
So let's call it what it is. You didn't drive 10 hours for nothing. Why are you
I'm here for the fucking contest, dude. It is my record. 4.5198 is the official, never been recorded before because y'all keep fucking it up even though I send Snapchats all the time.
There you go.
Yep. Did we fuck it up? I think we fucked
He's
it up
been ripping
yesterday.
Fireball
You
since
said
he got
9-9.
here.
That was wrong, right?
You were 1/10 of a second off.
I know you were wrong.
4.5198. But that was on the chalkboard for the entire summer. So I wanted to take that chalkboard, but like
We
Victor
got
or some shit.
we got a lot of people. It's amazing that you're here and that you're doing it. I knew you were. I thought it was going to be more or less around the holidays when you'd be home, but I didn't know what had transpired since with work and everything. But a lot of people reached out recently and said that, great, you have this number that you're throwing out, but where's the fucking proof in the pudding? For all we know, you're just saying this shit. You know, because it does sound unrealistic. Now, unfortunately, the guy who did the 7-second record now hasn't picked up a bottle of hooch in about 4 years, so we have no way of proving that unless, of course, he relapses.
You give him fucking 3 Red Bulls. Or I guess you need 5 fucking Red Bulls with 33 ounces. But
you got to see this glass. It's a fucking.
Would that actually count? Because that's like carbonated.
It's carbonated. I mean, I think his heart might fucking explode. But he
would
tells me
do
he
it.
drinks like
He
12
drinks
fucking
so
Red Bulls a
many
day.
Red
Yeah.
Bulls. He would do it.
What I think's funny about Nardi is he still loves it a little bit because he commented right on my thing. But don't you forget who shouted that right after the fight, the Marcus girls. Like you can tell that like
If I didn't get my life together, I'd fuck you up.
That was after the fight at the Martha's girl's house?
right after the fight.
Do you know what else transpired that night?
I know Nardi got put through a windshield and I walked home with him.
If that was the fight at the Martha's girl's house, meaning like the D1 dudes from Maine?
They actually went to a couple of them went to Notre Dame. Yes, that night.
That night was also the night Rossiter got arrested. His parents had to bring him fucking come down.
Right.
That was the night that I woke up on the roof of the Martha's girl's house and walked back. I got chased with Burke, and I dove in a pile of bushes for like an hour and a half. And that was also the night that I downed a fucking 5th of Leeds vodka when I got back to the house and threw a straight razor at you.
Yep. I remember all that. And that's what's funny about Thorne. I'm so happy he brought it up because it's almost
So happy he brought it up.
it's almost redundant at this point, but it's definitely worth saying is that Thorne's his real competition we can never do again because he almost died from it. But the real record was he almost drank.
There's no time.
There's no time, and there was no amount exactly, but he almost drank an entire bottle of Leeds vodka during Black Betty by Leonard Skinner. So the next time that you hear Black Betty by Leonard Skinner, during that song, he almost, I will repeat this, he almost drank a handle, okay, of Leeds vodka. And if it wasn't for going unconscious, literally, and having to be taken to the hospital, he would have finished the whole thing. Now, that's something that he did. We, put that on we don't even, mention that.
Yeah.
That's how much he drinks. So that doesn't even come up.
Well, that's what's funny because as you started saying, that story and you say you drank a whole bottle of vodka, I was thinking, how when I lived down the shore, I used to drink, a bottle of vodka a night sometimes. And so that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I could drink a bottle, and then you're in one song.
And this wasn't a
within
bottle;
5
it was
minutes.
a handle.
Well, here was my.
It wasn't a 5th either; it was a handle. That was in the freezer.
See, you got to understand, we're older now, but back in the day, we're not trying to sound cool like fucking.
No, we were stupid.
We were young,
Really,
but one thing,
handle?
one thing that I remember was cool about Thorne doing that
1.75 liter
was one of the kids in our shore house.
Fuck that shit.
One of the kids in our shore house's older brother was there. And he hung out with a group of guys that could fucking drink. I mean, 3 of them are fucking sober now.
They probably had 2 water bottles taken out of because I think I poured 2 water bottles out of a fucking 16.
That's seriously, it's like the what's that documentary from Metal from the 80s? But they show the one guitar player from the one band. He's in a pool, and his mom's
one
sitting
guitar
there.
player from the one band in the 80s.
Yeah, but
that narrowed it down.
It did. I don't know the band.
1.2 million, I think.
It's called the. I'll just find it.
Let's start with Keith Richards. Was it Keith Richards?
Thorne.
No. It was like a hair band. I don't know who the guy is. But,
Well,
he pours a bottle of vodka, just and his mom's just sitting next to him, and he's just like, it's like the most depressing thing ever, but it's the craziest thing.
Well, I knew that Thorne had a problem and was onto something while he was doing this. He does. I guarantee you, I'd be so interested if Thorne remembers this. There's no way he does. One of the kids in our house's older brothers was in attendance when Thorne was flushing this vodka. And his older brother was with one of his friends, their proclaimed biggest drinker. I won't say either of their names. But he was with one of his best friends who was a bigger drinker.
He was a cop.
This kid's 31 years. This kid's probably 31 now. At the time, he's probably 24. He was standing there watching Thorne. The rest of us are, Black Betty, blah, blah. We're in his face, fucking stealing his cigarettes, laughing. This is before Snapchat and all that shit. We're just taking little pictures. Okay, his older brother's friend didn't smile the whole time, and he's like, I have never seen anyone drink like this dude before. He's like, yo. This dude, he's not going to stop drinking himself. Something really bad's about to happen. Your best bet is that he passes out. He was standing there with his hands in a full Nelson watching Thorne going, dude, I've never seen anyone drink like this. Now, this was the self-proclaimed heavy hit. That's when I thought, dude, and if I said the kid's name, I'll say it off the air.
My parents can never
You would be
hear
like,
this.
no, dude.
Go ahead.
Chris,
Is this Thorne right
very
here?
much?
Pardon?
Do you drink very much?
Yes, I do. I'm a full-blown alcoholic.
Just when he's awake.
Just when he's awake.
I drink too much.
That's an enabling mother
Why
right
do you
there.
drink that much?
Because I enjoy it.
Do you think the rock and roll lifestyle turns you into an alcoholic?
Yes, it does.
How much of that do you drink a day?
About 5 pints.
5
vodka?
pints.
Yeah.
Is this real, Shaq?
5 quarts, pints. Who cares?
It's called The Decline
Yeah,
of Western
I'm a happy
Civilization.
camper.
The metal years.
If you can tour 1 year, it'll take 4 years off your life.
It was so crazy in the fucking
Why do you
80s.
get so loaded, though?
There's a lot of fucking truth to that, and I'm not a rock star by any means, but there's a lot of truth to that.
Lets me get free. You know.
You think you might be covering up some pain?
Yeah. Okay.
What would that be from, I wonder?
Oh, here. Do you like this label? Sure. This.
Let's not avoid
Whole
the issue.
bottle of vodka
What would
right
that
here.
be from?
Cracking it.
This. Okay, here.
Laying in a pool.
Do
blacked
you
out.
wish, Chris? Do you
Chugging
wish
it.
that you
Poured
were
it on himself.
a bigger star than you are right now?
Is he
Whole bottle of
serious?
Smirnoff.
Do I wish what?
That you were a bigger star than you are?
It just keeps going.
Not really.
Who is this?
I wish I was
From
a smaller
Wasp.
star.
Really?
I don't
80s band.
dig
Is he
any
dead
more
now?
person I am.
Look, I'd love to know what this guy's up to.
Oh, this guy's doing he's doing like a children's show, like the
I just
Wiggles.
don't like it.
He's got a talk show, and he's on the Today Show
Being a
now.
person who says like,
All right, yeah, that's it.
He sits behind next to Whoopi and fucking Joy, fucking asshole bitch. Bayard.
How long have we been on, Check? It has to be a while.
That's like a half hour.
All right. Well, before we go to break, genuine, like all bullshit aside, because people are already in too deep, so they're going to be listening. After the break, he's going to go for it. 6 beers, and he just told you the record.
4.5.
Do you think you can do it?
That's a good question. I told you I'm nervous as shit. I told you
still
off
alive.
the
Do you?
thing.
Well, let's start here. Do you think you'll definitely beat 10 minutes?
Yeah. I'll 100% beat 10 minutes. I'll 100% beat 7 minutes.
Really?
Now, that I'm not going to say, but I'll tell you this. I will say this. After I did it, and you mentioned before, like I was smoking a cigarette, doing push-ups, and I was cocky about it, but the whole reason that this came up was I did it in 8 minutes before my birthday. We wrote that on the chalkboard, and then I erased it. And I said, June 18th, when I come back from Atlantic City, because my uncle was taking me to AC, I said, I'm going to do it in less than 5 minutes, was the goal. And I did it in 4.5198. And I just remember that number, which is just, because it was written on the chalkboard.
I remember it. Like
for
now that he
fucking
says it, I
3
remember
months.
it on the chalkboard. Yeah.
So this was early in the summer. It's June. My birthday's June
June,
17th.
yeah, June 17th.
This was June 18th. By the way, like June 21st, I went fucking home because of the alcohol thing we just talked about, but for like 2 weeks. But anyway, I went to Atlantic City. My uncle picked me up at our shore house with Dan Keenan, by the way, and my cousin Josh. Drove us to the Borgata. We drank all night, had a good time. I came back hungover July 18th, day after my birthday. I'm trying to skate underneath the radar. Like, all right, let's just go to the shore. Let's do some other shit. Like, fuck this. It's like 9 in the morning when I got back because my uncle wakes up at
Oh, that was go time. That was rip it time.
Nah, that was like beach time.
That
beach
was FIFA
time.
and blunt. No way. That was way too early for the beach. The girls weren't up yet to go to their
Bullshit,
house.
dude. We did
That
the
was
beach.
ripping beers. No
we did the
way.
beach from 9 to 12, and then we raided their fridge from
Later
12 to
than
2,
that.
and then
Later
we
than that.
fucking came
Me
back.
and Kavanaugh and you in our room, we were roommates. We didn't even wake up till 10 every day.
Well,
You
then I've been
sometimes
living
12.
a lie, dude. I've been living a lie. But anyway, so the day comes after my birthday. I'm back, and I'm hungover as fuck. And I think if it was Victor, is like, dude, he pointed to the chalkboard. I said, nah, dude. And everyone chimed in. They're like, no, he's back.
I was
You gotta
there.
do it. I say, you fucking assholes. I pulled the stupid ass fucking thing we have now. It's the exact one. It holds exactly 6 beers. Maybe, and I will say maybe, 2 ounces less than 6 beers if it is filled to the top.
Well,
I'm
we'll
just
tell.
being blunt.
We'll
Right.
know.
Hey, here's the
We'll
thing.
We're gonna film
Well,
it.
here's the thing. It's the exact same anyway.
Yeah,
So it
it's the
doesn't
exact
matter.
same. Yeah. So anyway, so I did it in under 5 minutes, but I remember being cocky about it, and I said after I did it, I can do it in less time, but I never did it the rest of the summer because there's one picture of me after I did it because I was wearing the same shit I was the night before. I'll pull it up on Facebook. I'll put it on Shaq's thing. There's a picture of me in Burberry sunglasses, and a fucking triangle. Was it Argyle sweater vest? It's tan, and I am annihilated, leaning on Victor and Kavanaugh. And I remember I just never chose to do it again and no one ever beat the record anyway. But I never did it again for the sole fact I felt like dick the next day. I think it was because of like a lot of other shit. But I mean, fuck.
If somebody would have told you that 7, 8 years later,
8 years,
you've been still chasing that record, would you have believed them?
I've never chased the record. I guess I'm chasing the record. I don't think about the record.
You stop. You've done enough talking, so let me talk for a second.
Fuck off.
I think, in my opinion, you're going to get close. I don't think you're going to beat it. I think that you're going to do it in about 6 minutes. I think you were young. You had nothing to do. Your mind was different than it is now. Not like you're a quitter, but you just had no priorities. You had a whole different mindset. Nothing to do the next day, living down the shore, no job, no priority. I genuinely think that you will get close. I think you will fall by about a minute. I don't think you have the slightest clue of what you did that summer. I've told that to people. A lot of people, Thorne, have reached out to me about that, about this stupid show that we do. A lot, like probably over 10. Like I'm not saying 100, but probably over 10. And they don't like necessarily believe that you did that.
Do you remember? Have you ever seen the movie Bad Grandpa?
Yeah, I've seen
Oh no, I'm sorry, not Bad Grandpa, Dirty Grandpa.
No.
With Robert De Niro and Zac Efron. Have
No.
you seen the check?
No. I just saw
my
the
God, it's
dumb.
hilarious.
No, I just because it's really hilarious because every time I just think of the fucking new Robert De Niro movies, Anthony Cumia from Opie and Anthony on his fucking show, he just always makes fun of him. Where he's like, oh, I'm an intern. I'm an old man.
No,
I'm
no,
not supposed to be. No, that's dirty.
Dude,
I'm the crazy grandpa.
Yeah,
Listen. You watch Dirty Grandpa, you'll have a different recognition of Robert De Niro. In the first scene that Robert De Niro's
This
in,
better come back to what I was talking about.
It's
somehow.
his wife's funeral. All right, it will. It's his wife's funeral. Zac Efron needs to drive him to fucking like Daytona Beach or some shit, but they wound up stopping. He needs to drive to Florida to like a retirement home. They stop in Daytona Beach on purpose, and Robert De Niro is making fun of Zac Efron the entire time for his fucked up, dumbass, gonna be wife, who's like makes him drive like a Volkswagen Beetle, like it's pink on the way down, and like he's like pussy whipped, right? Dude, it's funny. He's like, yeah, I work for a law firm. He's like, yeah, the law firm's donkey punch, cum face, and dick. Like it's just dumb as shit. But you don't imagine De Niro saying this.
Well,
So going back to the thing, he goes, Zac Efron's like, dude, I can't chug. They get in a chugging contest at spring break in Daytona Beach, and Zac Efron's like, dude, I used to be good at chugging, but like I had I got this gag reflex now. I got a gag reflex. He's like, grab your fucking balls and fucking do it. So I'm gonna lift my skirt today.
So,
That's going back to your
And
little
Shaq,
fucking
what do
thing.
you think? I mean, in your honest opinion, all bullshit.
I think that movie sounds horrible.
No.
I
This.
know you're talking about this.
Oh, it's
I'm kidding.
hilarious.
What do you think?
I really don't know because we were talking about this the other day where
See,
when we
Shaq
first
said-
brought up the story, when we first brought up the challenge, I didn't think it seemed that hard. But then the more I think about it, I think about how if I go out for a night of drinking, like I probably drink like 10 to 12 beers throughout the whole night, and then this is half of that in 4 minutes.
In 4 minutes. Yeah, I ran it back.
It's just a lot of.
I ran it through some of the heavy hitters I know, and they all correlated with one thing. If you do 6 in like 30 minutes, you're humming. Like if you the Eagles playoff game, you're down at the stadium and you do 6 beers in 30 minutes, you're like flying.
Yeah.
Like people are like, dude, cool out. Like relax for a second.
That's the best drunk too, because like I feel like because
Blast it out of nowhere.
yeah, and you're not like too because you never get too fucked up off of beer, but then you're just drinking so much of it and you're just like, all right, let's go,
Right.
fucking go birds.
Right. So you don't. I mean, can you at least make a prediction? Like, what do you think? I'm interested as to what you're going to say because you didn't. I seen him do it the first time, and I know how ridiculous it is. It's not in
Thorne. I think it is going to be close. I think
He's
it might
fucking
be,
chugging Fireball over here. He's almost done a third of.
Yeah, I was
going
going
to
to say the Fireball is going to come a little.
He's done a half a
into
bottle of
my,
Fireball. He's done a half a bottle of Fireball. I'm looking at the bottle now. He started, dude. Oh
I need the
God.
line in the stomach, dude.
Unbelievable
It's
how much
late.
he fucking drinks.
I
got caught
I took
off
2
guard when
shots
I
out of it,
had to
that's
do it.
You think he can do it or no, Shaq? Yes or no?
I don't know. I think it might be a little bit over, but I think he's gonna. I think it's going to be impressive.
All right.
Under
Well,
6 minutes? I
we
said
are
under
hoping.
7, and I'm okay. I'll be happy with
I am
under
sure you
fucking
realize
6.
that Corso is not with us this week. He is leaving for Mexico. He had other things he had to do. He's trying to get a scholarship for grad school that he's attending. So he had other fish to fry tonight. And Daniels will be with us for the second half, we're hoping. So we'll take a break, and we will be right back for the challenge of a lifetime. Stay with us.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah, guys, it's Sutton. I wanted to take a word here to offer something. It's around the holidays. Grew up with a guy in the area, Philadelphia area, great guy, father of 4. And he started a company called GarageBow. You can visit garagebow.com. The long story short of GarageBow is it's an easy vinyl strip that you can strip right on. I got one for my sister last year. My parents have one at their house. You do have to have a garage for a garage bow, but it's beautiful. If a guy basically screwing around thinking what he could do more with his house, went and put a beautiful red magnet. It makes your whole garage door look like a garage bow. Literally, it wraps the whole thing up, makes it look like a present. It's around the holidays. It's a perfect gift. It's unique. Not something you would give someone and people would be like, oh, I got that before. I have 100 of these. If anything, they don't have any of them because he just started a few years ago. But entirely proprietary, entirely made in the USA. It's DIY, it's do-it-yourself. It's not an hour-long process. You can have beers in the middle of an Eagles game, halftime, walk outside, install it yourself in a couple minutes. And like I said, he's a great guy, father of 4 in the area. They offer custom designs, and the most you will spend, the absolute most, if you want the top-notch, and it is top-notch, believe me when I tell you, it's $75 out the door, everything included, shipped to the house, installed in a few minutes. So look into it, garagebow.com. He's a good friend of ours, a great guy. Big family in the area. Like I said, made in the USA. It's a time to represent the United States. And he's just a great guy, and it's awesome. It's a totally unique gift. Check out garagebow.com for more information. That is garagebow.com. Thank you.
Since I don't know when, I've been drinking Fireball, bourbon, and fucking gin. I'm coming on down.
Is he? I've been drinking bourbon whiskey,
Oh, yeah.
scotch and 6 beers.
Fireball.
Delaware's finest right here.
But for 5 years, she was so nice.
I got to skip ahead.
Can I stay with you maybe? And then she was
Welcome
so
back.
nice. Down the streets I go.
Dude, the beginning should have just been a porn this thing.
Since I don't know when.
Really,
Daniel's officially joined us.
Scotch and gin.
Perfect.
Gonna get high, man.
Yeah, what's up, Dave?
Not the 6. Drink 6 beers in my goose.
Gonna get drunk, don't you have no fear. I want one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. One bourbon, one scotch.
6 beers in the gut, Thorne.
What is up, people? We're back, and Thorne is about to drink a bunch of fucking beer.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. All right, we got them lined up. Let me get I should probably be videotaping some shit.
I have no idea if this dumbass stretch I do works, but Kavanaugh's convinced me since I was like 17. His chugging stretch. Same thing with like when he's gonna hit somebody. He goes like this.
Thank you to our other sponsor, Michael's,
Do it again.
Chris,
Let me see your, your
for providing our mug.
Stretch the stomach, like Kavanaugh says, right?
Stretching the stomach like Kavanaugh says. I don't know if you could hear that one.
You would think one beer filled that up. That's
So yeah, we got our big ass beer vase.
What is it? It's gonna fit.
How many
70
beers is
ounces.
that?
That's one.
It
Just
does
wait.
get wider.
You
We'll
use
see.
Nose grease. Yeah, just fill the whole thing up.
We'll see. We got 2 beers in there. 2 beers down the hat. Here comes the third.
Thorne, you're pulling a curveball on us, aren't you? Aren't you sticking 1 tube up your butthole?
Yeah, that's the real challenge.
6 beers.
No one.
3
mentioned-
beers in the mouth, 3 in the ass.
Yeah. Oh, that's why it only fits. It only fits 5. You gotta put the 6th one over your butt.
No one mentioned
How
that,
drunk he
that
been?
last podcast when you all were talking about Daniel's drinking.
Yep, y'all.
That he used to drink in the shore house and just do a bong in the middle of like playing FIFA.
Up his
saying,
butt?
No, he'd just do a bong, go, and no one would notice. No one was paying attention. He'd do it by himself, fill it by himself, drink it by himself, and just look at him. He'd go, dude, I don't want to taste it. I just want it in my system. I just want it in my bloodstream.
Taste it, I just wanted him. That was his famous saying.
Mm-hmm. That's not alcoholic at all.
I have a drink of bourbon.
Just shy of 6.
So we do 70 ounces.
What's that? 4 burrs.
Yeah, we'll just start it.
One more there. Pour it in and then pour the nice one in.
Thanks to our third sponsor, Corona Light.
Is this interesting for you guys? All right. Sutton right now, he's pouring a Corona Light into a big ass beer glass.
Are you Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs? Oh, is she a big fat woman?
Put it right on the end. Put it right on the end.
Is it a real big fat woman?
Are you a size 12? Oh my! Look at that gold. Gold.
Squeezing the lime in there.
Oh, you got the extruder thing. Grab the thing that strains it.
Don't they give you these in Deutschland?
Extruder? I don't
Is
even
that
know.
exactly 6 up?
Which one's the extruder?
It's crazy.
I don't even know what you're talking about over
It's like
there.
a juicer. You squeeze it like like a fucking. It's not. You don't have one there.
I was gonna say I don't think I got one there.
Sutton, stand there for to put that in the perspective. Size of your torso.
Yo, that's not that big of a beer glass, dude. Like I think I could do that in like 2
Oh,
seconds.
she big fat one.
Like, you guys are a bunch of pussies. You think like I don't even know why you guys are posting this on the internet. Like it's a fucking beer. Like who can't drink a beer?
Look at it, right to the tip, man.
All right, so do the pinky
What you
test.
got there?
Do the pinky test.
Who's got the timer?
Is that one section of your pinky? Is the fucking?
Oh, that's the
That's 2 fingers.
that's because of the lime juice. That's really all that didn't fit. Oh wait, what?
That's yeah. 5 beers and
And a sip.
maybe dead up 3/4 of an inch.
Look your dick. Oh, I got it.
You actually saw my dick off when I was at the bachelor party. That was
Prince Albert.
Oh yeah, Corso loved it. He probably talked about it on the podcast.
Your dick is so small. Remember that? From the original J Shack podcast.
so small.
Your dick is so small.
So that's it right there. 6. 6 boys.
I told him I'm a grower, not a shower.
Six.
6 boys.
Chick be like, so this is from now on in the second half of the podcast. We're just gonna sit around as we pour beers.
All right.
I mean,
So there you go.
Oh,
I'm glad I got to fill them in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6. This is not the 6. This is not my beer.
So who's using the who's going to time it? I mean, must I add that I filled it up. Daniels, go pick that up.
I
Just
can put
go
a
pick it
timer
up,
on my
just hold it.
computer.
Like get that in your hand and lift that off the ground.
I have 2 phones.
Don't spit Daniels. It's a big ass glass, dude.
It weighs the same amount as 6 beers plus about 4 ounces of glass.
It's a big ass glass, isn't it? It's incredible.
Now I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You don't
dude.
realize until you get over there.
I used to drink that thing every night before I go out. It's not that hard.
Doctors recommend you drink that in water a day. He's doing it in beer.
Daniels, are you sure doctors recommend 70 ounces of water?
Like 8, isn't it like 8 10-ounce glasses?
No, I
or
heard
something?
that's bullshit. Actually,
Yeah, that's bullshit.
lately they just said just drink if you're thirsty.
You watch Adam
like-
Ruins Everything?
Daniels,
Nah, fuck that
are you
show.
going to time
That
it?
show's great.
Yeah.
Nah, that dude's bullshit.
All right,
He's
Daniels is going to time it.
I like it.
It doesn't really matter though, right? Because you can time it on the video anyway, right? Check. So like like you can do that little timing thing that you edited, like the video itself. All right, so it doesn't really matter if
Well, we'll
anyone
do the
times it,
unofficial.
but we will time it just so we have it. So at this point, Thorne, whenever you're ready, what song did you decide with?
Evil
I didn't
genius.
have a song, but I listened to the podcast from yesterday that said I had a song picked out and I didn't. That was some salt and pepper, as y'all call it. Y'all.
There
So
he
what are
is.
you going to put?
I am going to do. You want to use my phone or you want to use
He's going to put it right on YouTube.
This
What
is
a
the-
Man by En Vogue
Hey, what is it?
and Salt and Pepper.
What's it called?
What a Man.
What a man! What a man! What a man! What a fine man!
That's
What a
cool.
mighty good man.
Mighty cool, man.
All right, too bad I don't
All
know
right,
salt and pepper. All right.
Yeah, all right.
How long is
Man,
this
I'm
song?
surprised I
like
actually
Barry
knew.
How long is
Salt
this,
and
Jeff?
Pepper bass.
How
A
long
body
is it?
like Arnold
456?
with a Denzel.
4:56. He'll be right on the fucking cheese.
Well, I'm gonna
So
start-
you do not hit play.
No. I'm going to start like with it. I want to know that I still have time left. So like I'm going to once the song starts,
Oh.
I'll go. All right?
All right.
Like give me like 10 seconds into the song to start it. So just start the song.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just start it. That's
The
all right.
one
If he finishes with a
The
minute
one
left.
stipulation I had
for Jason to move back in my house. Is just not get drunk on a Wednesday.
There's no salt and pepper.
Turn it down though, so we can talk over it while he's going.
What?
Yeah, we still have to legit podcast for 4
Yeah,
minutes.
so definitely keep it down a little bit.
I'm sorry. All right.
Y'all gotta understand, I ain't here to just beat the record. I'm here to shatter. Y'all
I'll
don't
be
matter.
impressed if I can do the record. If not, dude, I might be. Listen, I'm inquisitive as to what I can do. To be honest with you.
Yo, I could do that whole glass filled with Fireball in 2 minutes.
Is that Clint?
Everybody's remember the one night when we were drinking.
Yeah.
All right, I'll wait for this story because we're getting ready to go.
Go.
He is going.
And we're through the first leg. First leg, a couple steps down right now. We got
Should I legit?
Turn that down.
Should I call it like a jockey?
That's
at a-
probably one
at a
beer down. He got
Kentucky
one beer
Derby?
down. No, he's going. He's
He's
talking again.
going two ships.
I gotta be like an auctioneer here.
That's
You gonna
what-
take a rip real fast?
He's probably got about. That's over a beer already.
I gotta
Maybe
enhance
one
my.
man.
I gotta enhance my commentator skills if I ever want a career in brawl.
Man, what a man over there! Look at him.
And he goes for his fourth
Oh
sip,
my
folks.
god!
He's just chugging away at this.
Yeah, you are such a
Getting
man.
Body like Arnold with a Denzel face. Smart like a doctor with a real good rep. And when it comes home, me relax with pep.
He's taking a couple burps and a couple of singing lyrics.
Oh.
He's going for the jug here,
This
folks.
is exactly what he did last time. I remember it, man.
He's going for the absolute slam out of the gate, and he's going to kind of teeter off at the end.
That's a good
Couple
start,
burps.
though. That's the one thing that is good
I got
about the
it.
glass is how it does.
You probably got a beer and a half down.
It's good how it does peter down because by the end it's gonna seem like more, but it's gonna be like half that glass is like one beer.
Check. Can you take the camera off him for 2 seconds? Just show your shorts.
Pull them up a little higher.
He's going for his sixth beer sip, seventh burp overall.
What's wrong with my shorts, huh? I like
First mustache ride.
I like short shorts.
Are you trying to break the song record here?
All right, we're
He's
240.
going for his seventh sip
245
here,
in this
folks.
song.
Vince Sutton is now.
Oh my god.
We got about 2 minutes left in the song.
He's taking whatever his stomach can handle to him. He's just having a conversation with his stomach right now, folks.
Yeah, you've been going for about 2 minutes.
His stomach says that's enough. He stops. Quick run from our broadcast.
Sutton just turned off the lights with his back. That's probably not helping the video. I don't even know if Sutton noticed that he did that.
He is 2.5 minutes in, folks. 2.5 minutes in. About
Can you shut
He's
the
a
fuck
real
up?
smooth
Do it
brother.
from the beginning.
No, don't shut up. People are listening. We gotta talk.
I know.
Well, I can tell you this. For the last time
So-
he did it exactly like this.
Last time we
On
did it,
pace?
nobody talked.
Do you know the Olympic record when they're about to show a break? Like Phelps, like they got the line going. We need the line on the fucking mug right now.
He's doing it.
Personal best.
He's more than halfway. That's like 2 beers left.
Two beers.
He's got about 2 beers left.
He's sweating a little bit, folks.
So it's 3 minutes in. Got 2 beers left.
Are those
Got-
legit tears, or is that just like the beer?
No, it's the beer splashing against his face, dude.
They got cry for free beer. Come on.
Nah, that bitch, he's crying. He can't even do it. He's just crying all over himself.
Three and a half minutes.
Oh, look, that's a jogger. He's doing it down.
Oh man,
You gotta lick the
a beer and a half to go.
Jesus. I'll give you the 1 minute countdown for the old record. Are you just gonna? I guess so.
Go. What a man, what a mighty fine man.
All right, 1 minute. We got
About
1
a beer
minute
left.
Minute left for the old record.
1 minute down.
I can not imagine how you're feeling right now, but and he's going for it.
Dude, he's going to fucking put it down.
Dude,
I can't believe he's making this much headway.
His stomach is calling in Papelbon right now. The closer for the last 30 seconds.
I had a chicken Caesar salad.
Ew. All right, we got about 4.5 right now.
Yeah, push it, Thorne.
That's about one beer. Just chug it.
Push it. I can't believe he's... Push it. Are you
Get it.
fucking
Oh,
kidding
he's
me?
doing it.
Get it.
There's no way.
Keep going. Keep going.
No,
Come on. Come on. Okay, you got you got about 5 seconds to rest. 4:45.
Dude, you better
get it.
fucking pound that.
Pound it.
You better fucking pound it.
Get it.
4.
He got it.
He fucking got it. He fucking did it. He fucking did it.
Oh my
Daniels, what was the
God.
clock?
I got 4:49.
4:49. He
Holy shit.
unbelievable. 6 beers.
Oh my God. Burp, fart, and smoke a cigarette. Man.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
All right. Now put the cherry on the top.
Chug the rest of the fireball.
Put the cinnamon on the top. No shit, because your body's in shock right now. It's like, what did we just experience?
Salt and pepper here.
Shit.
No salt and pepper in that one right there.
No salt whatsoever. Essentially all pepper and beer and lime juice.
That's incredible.
All right, that was pretty incredible.
Get it?
I knew it would be.
Get in that microphone. Dude. Like, you got to run it. What's going on?
We might have to let him rest for a couple seconds, but
I can't believe he could do that.
I knew it would be impressive, but I didn't know if he'd do it, and he did it.
How much could you do another 6 right now? But not in 4 minutes.
That's all that's left.
Yeah, it's spit. That's fine.
Does that work? All right.
King drink.
That just reminded me right there. You think of
Dude,
call him the
after
king.
Capital's bachelor party, and we drank so
There's
much.
real problems with what.
I didn't
and-
sleep the entire fucking bachelor party.
He's going to be wrecked.
He calls the limo driver up. Did you call them or they call you? And then he answers, and you're like, he tells us a story. He goes, he goes, my mouth wouldn't work. Is that what he said? My words wouldn't work. That's what he told us.
Dude, you're going to be... Yo, does anyone other than me realize that actually, believe it or not, was booze? And that was 6. And in 4 minutes. Like, he's going to be pretty wrecked.
Yeah, it was just Corona Light, though. He's
Oh, my God.
Such a lag of, it's such a lag effect.
Hey, I did the same thing I did
Okay.
in 2008. It was my beer. Listen, the record was, it was my beer on the day after my birthday. I wrote it on the chalkboard. It lasted there for like 4 days. I said, I will do this in less than 5 minutes the day after my birthday, which was a mistake because I was hungover as shit. And I told you earlier that I said I could do it in less time, which obviously I fucking can't do it in less. This is 8 years fucking later.
I think you could have. I think you could have did it 10 seconds earlier than you did. You like waited to the last second.
Check. I don't know if it gets any faster
I
than
would have
that.
puked if I did it any faster. I'm not lying.
He played his body like a flute.
Yeah, really. But there
All right,
really
here it
was,
comes.
That was like a sip, though. That was. I mean, I know that you did. You were judging but you know your body.
The hardest thing, honestly, the hardest thing is
Right there. That's
when
the
you
hardest
get
thing.
to here. When you get to
Hardest
here.
thing, my dick in your head. Oh.
When you get to here, lifting it, a wave of smell comes at you of warm beer. Smell a fucking keg. It'll smell like warm beer. It's like smell this.
Daniels, what was the time?
Just smell that.
4.49.
That's what you're smelling the whole time, and your nose is
4.9 flat.
It's and some
4.49.
seconds. I mean, Shaq's gonna have the real thing.
4.49 flat. That's.
I said unofficial. Pound unofficial.
Well, no, because when he finished it was 4.25, but he started. His time was lesser because he was like, no, I started like after the
I
fact.
started like
He just wanted to have an idea on his.
30 seconds later than fucking when I started after the first gulp on this.
That's something to be real proud of, there, big fella.
I just can't believe we gotta wait one more week to fucking upload this thing. I can't wait.
Hey, can we post this on
Post it.
We're gonna
Alcoholics
hype it
Anonymous?
though. Yeah, Alcoholics now.
Well, I'm
AA meeting fucking
We're
101.
hyping it up.
This is going to be at Father Judge High School. Freaking
Corso said,
Well,
ha
actually,
ha 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 ha,
Thorne-
fuck. Are you kidding me?
We
He
forgot to
said, I
tell
was
you.
kind of hoping you wouldn't text me back, to be honest. Did he heave? I put no.
Hey, Thorne, this is an intervention. We forgot to tell you. We gave you your list.
Hurrah.
Something already
Doc-
said my family was going to be in the garage.
Dr. Nichols, can you please come down now?
I'm Chris Hansen. Have a
Corso
seat,
put
please.
good for
Not
him,
that
man.
kind of
That's awesome.
Good for
Like he just had a
Like
kid.
something like-
he just had a kid or got married. He fucking drank 6 beers.
I
in
put
4
he
minutes.
drank a half a bottle of Fireball before he did it. He just put back OMG. So he can fucking lay around and text, but he can't be here, huh?
Man, that really is great for him, man. You know, you fucking chug all that beer. That's fucking great, dude.
Make sure that vase stays around. Oh, like
I'd like
Corso's
to
gonna
experience
take
the
a chance at
mindset
it.
from like instant soberness to just instant, because it's just going to be such a lag effect.
Well, for me, what was crazy about that thing was like I was kind of up close and personal with him doing it, and that 4 minutes flew by.
Yeah,
Like I
Oh,
hadn't
yeah.
even got comfortable before he was done. Before he was at, like you were saying, you got 20 seconds left.
Yeah,
I told you I was here like 20 minutes early sitting in my car.
Preparing.
I listened to that song like 4 times, thinking like, all right, I need to be at least halfway done at this verse. And that's what it was going through my head. Like I planned that. I never practiced this shit, but I planned this song. Like, I need to be halfway done at, fucking, my man is smooth like Barry and his voice got bass. Body like Garner with a Denzel face. I'm like, all right, I'll
talk
fucking-
about preparation, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Now I got to be at least halfway finished.
5 P's, man. Proper planning prevents poor performance.
All right. Definitely plan for that. I'll tell you that. Oh, my bad. Right there.
I'm shocked he did it. I really thought that it was going to be too much for him.
Yeah.
8 years later,
You kind of pissed on it too.
still
like
holding
10
the
seconds.
Fucking record.
Like the
That's-
matter of
that's like-
seconds is literally pissing on
It's
because
not
every
10
second
seconds,
matters.
It's 3 seconds.
You beat it
Still.
by 10.
No,
In the
4-9.
grand scheme of
right?
things,
What are you talking about?
The record, I did it in
4-8.
4-9.
Oh, you did it in 4:49.
Yeah.
You beat it by 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
See, I still had the 5-9 number in my head.
wait, I still had the 4.54 number.
It's 4.5198.
Oh my god!
Was the
He
original
beat it by
record.
exactly 2.98 seconds.
With a beer and a fart in between.
Yeah, but after watching it,
Still-
it is way different after watching it. Where I'm like, I would still do it, but I'm like, there's no way I could beat that time.
You could do it in about 12, 15 minutes,
I
maybe.
dead up think that with practice, like a kid in 2008, like me in 2008,
Listen
I
to
could
this,
do
kids.
that 30 seconds ahead of time.
Mhm.
In 2008, yes, I could.
No, you couldn't.
We'll never be able to justify that.
It's a matter of all you were doing during your breaks. Like you weren't getting sidetracked or talking or doing anything. You were just burping. Like you have to get that out.
He was
And you
rapping
can't
a little
force
bit.
yourself like I forced myself
That's
to
what
burp, but you can't. Like I couldn't get burps out. It was weird because there's just I don't know why I couldn't burp. I can burp on like you just did. I can do that, but I couldn't do it after drinking like that. And it wouldn't come up. I'm just like I'm either gonna it's full right here. It's full in my chest.
You know why I love these two challenges? Because one's a sprint and one is literally a dash.
Yeah.
And it's just like who's going to be on what round. Like Thorne,
A sprint
would
and a
you
dash
ever
is the
want
same thing as-
I
I
kind of
marathon.
thought
A
the
sprint and a marathon.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
want to say anything. I thought it was kind of stupid too.
All right. So a sprint and a marathon.
Yeah,
So,
you idiot.
God damn it. Change it. That's it. Wrap it up. But
Fucking 11
do you think
o'clock.
you could do the old sprint, or are you just a marathon man? Absolute $6 million.
I'm 15 seconds on the thing. On the 33 inches. I'm 15 plus seconds.
Daniel and Sheck, for the
I can't
record,
do it.
and Thorne, like no one's supposed to say anything. Like, don't fucking tell nobody if he did it or not. Wait until we actually release it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that would people fucking.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell
so
my girl,
if you're listening to this, don't tell anybody.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like it's not going to be out for a week, so don't go home tonight and fucking blow it and tell everybody.
Yeah,
you
you
did
coulda said it
I
after
can't
the
believe he did
podcast.
that.
Just like with Darth Vader. No one knew he was going to say, "I am your father" to Luke until literally the scene happened.
That
Yeah.
is too.
That is awesome. I
I'll
think
never
he
forget.
he
I'll
kept
never
the whole
forget.
thing a secret.
Burke said that about Joe when we were younger. He walked out for whatever reason. He went to the movies on Wildwood Boardwalk, but the Austin Powers had come out.
Yep.
There was a line going like fucking Sam's Pizza from the fucking movie theater.
Yeah.
And apparently Joe Burke walked out of the theater going, I can't believe that he was his father the whole time and that they're brothers, Dr. Evil and fucking Austin. It was when the third one came out.
The whole table. The whole line. You
entire
fucking dick.
line was like, "Fuck you, you dickhead asshole."
I love that. I love the
motherfucker.
hat spike. Just
We had,
old man.
there was
hat
no
spike.
internet back then, so it didn't. Like there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like no one telling one shit.
God, what's a prick? Always a prick, man. How could you?
Sailor tongues, dude. He used to come at us with sailor tongues. Then I think he realized I could like beat his ass, and he was like good with me. But like him and Gallagher used to come up to Boyle and like trap us underneath like the playground. And I was like a kid at the time. I was like, this sucks, you know. I'm trapped.
It's funny,
over
dude,
here.
because I think it was him who there used to be the rope swing down the woods down the street from here.
Oh,
and
it was awesome.
The funnest thing ever. And then I remember I heard that because it just wasn't there one day, and I heard that he just burned it down. He just burned it just to be an asshole because everyone would go there every day. And and he was just like, "Oh, fucked up."
Some men just want to watch the way.
I actually did hear that was the old one. That was the old one because the new one was on this side of the creek.
Oh yeah, but the old one was the best. I don't.
That's what I heard. Like I never even knew about the old one. I
Oh,
only
we
knew
used
about
to
the
go there
newer
all the
one.
time. Remember the one time we were there?
I got knocked out by the
And
new one.
Fucking.
Knocked the fuck KO'd. Dropped to my knees.
All right, you can tell your story. I'm gonna hear you get knocked out, and then I got a story about that.
Super brief.
All right.
Me, my cousin Keith, and Dan Keenan were going to Byberry. We walked the fucking Questing right there. There's the fucking. There's either before Byberry or after Byberry. We walked to there. There was like 20 kids there, and that seat. The seat was made out of like cedar, like a circle of.
Oh,
cedar,
that one had a seat.
and had like it had a seat, and you only climb up like 5 steps, but it was like a cedar seat with like
cedar seat.
metal underneath.
And when it rained, it was a slick cedar seat.
Shut the fuck up. it was metal underneath. It was either Dan Keenan, my cousin, or a stranger. But long story short, I'm standing. I don't know who the fuck it was. I got knocked the fuck out.
Or a random.
I'm standing there like this, arms crossed, just standing there, not paying attention to shit. And somebody jumps off this 5th fucking step of a tree to go swing, and in like the interim of the fucking rope catching, it lands on my head. The seat lands on my head. It knocked me the fuck out to the point my knees buckled. I went down, and I was dead asleep. I woke up and go, holy shit, dude. I had like a fucking, I had 300-pound drop on my head.
No, it was not.
A person, a seat, and the fucking physics of someone jumping out of a fucking tree. That's 300 pounds at least. Knocked me the fuck out, dude.
Oh, that's.
It's like more of an Home Alone 2, pulling up the 100-pound cement bag, 2 stories on his head.
I thought that was funny. But my story was the one down here on my woods. It was just
my woods.
It was Shuck Woods. I don't know if people call it Ross's
Woods,
Woods,
man.
Costello's Woods.
Ross's
It's Shuck's
Woods,
Woods. No, but
Rachel A's Woods.
It was just a. All right, it probably was there, but it was just a rope that was tied up like 200 fucking feet up in the air, just on a tree, but it was just a stick tied to this like mountain climber rope, and you would just hold on to the stick, and then just swing like that, like it wasn't any seat or
See,
anything.
I
Like a
never
makeshift
seen that
hang
one.
glide or
Yeah,
zip line.
Yeah, it was like that. You would just hold on to it. You would run down a hill because the hill was so steep that once you would run down the hill, you would just swing
Pick
out
up
into the
speed
air.
and go off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my
and you would
God.
go. You'd be like 50 feet in the air. And the one time the Paladin was doing it, and the one dude, fucking Mark Gosner, random ass summoning dude.
Green Beret now.
Is he?
Yeah.
He fucking pants his Napoleon right before he hits like the air part.
What a legend.
And Napoleon's in the air and his pants are around his ankles, and he goes down to pull his pants up, and then he like realizes what he did, so he goes to reach up, and then he just falls. He just fell with his pants out and everything.
What is he thinking? He's going to defy gravity? Just float in time.
That
And
dude's a
then,
Green Beret now, yeah. That's funny. So is it kicking in yet, big fella?
Reckon?
I'm going to be schmammered in like a minute, dude.
I'm gonna be smiling like a man, dude.
Nah, that
Dead up.
What a man! What a man! What a man!
it's a great song. Great song to do that.
It was
to.
funny though. Last night when I was just fucking I'm watching Home Alone 2.
Oh
and the
my
part
god!
comes
I think
up.
we all were.
And that's what I was gonna say. Was the part comes up and he's throwing the bricks?
We
and I'm like,
Snapchatted each other the same scene at the
scene,
same time.
Same exact time we Snapchat each other.
I got one from Czech. I'm like, I wonder what this is. It was suck brick, kid. It fucking is the exact same one I was looking at.
No, what the question I asked was if Kevin McAllister was a real life person, would he be an MIT electrical engineer? Because the contraptions he put together at 8 years old to fool two 40-year-old
He'd be
men.
dead on heroin. His family hated him. He was an orphan. He was blamed
The
for
best
everything.
was fucking. There's a meme of like Home Alone in 2016. It's like it's a kid with a cell phone. Like, hey, I'm home alone. It's Kevin. Okay, I'll see you in like 2 hours.
Well,
It's like done.
well, that's like
There's
every
no such
movie.
movie now.
That's like
you know?
every movie before the 2000s, where like there were so many more problems before, like all horror movies. And
Instant
shit. Now it's just like, oh
communication.
yeah, just call. Like,
You can just call, yeah.
Dude, if you want to film a actual
Like if you got stuck
horror
in a
movie,
house.
my cabin in West Virginia has no service for a half hour.
Yeah, fuck that.
You can film a legit horror movie there. There's nothing.
Dude, that's such a good point. I
You
never
could kill
thought something like
someone.
that. It's
And
so
then-
hard to write
No,
a
it's
plot.
funny. said
Drive
that-
away for an hour and a half. You have an hour and a half head start.
right before
if
Thorne
they caught you,
said
the
you could
second
kill
did it.
someone, I was about to say I feel like Thorne killed someone up there. You could do whatever you want, but no one even knows. Like I killed like 10 people. They fucking wasn't even on the news. No, it's West Virginia. No one gives a fuck.
West
Dude,
Virginia.
the best line is in the movie Shooter, where he's like, "Yeah, man, it's fucking Mark Wahlberg." He's like, "Yeah, man kills your dog around here. You just fucking, you bury him in the woods. You tell him a week later. You tell the sheriff, and he's okay with it. He understands." I think about that all the time. That's legit. Like, there's backwoods Wisconsin like that.
Well, that was like I watched. Fuck, what was that movie called? The Hell or High Water. Did you see that?
No.
Hell or High Water. No, but it's like a bank robbing movie with fucking.
Take a break.
Yeah. But
Not us.
yeah.
Thorne.
And fucking it's like West Texas, and then they're looking for these bank robbers, and Jeff Bridges is a cop, and he goes up to someone, he's like, "Hey, did you see I forget what he says to the guy," but then the guy says something about like, "Oh yeah, if you're like, pretty much like if someone fucks with me, you fucking needs to be hanging from a tree," and then the Jeff Bridges is a cop, he's like, "Yeah, I think that might be a lot more trouble for you." He's like, "Yeah, if you ever found the tree," and then he just drives off.
Oh my god.
Just crazy ass hick West Texas, just fucking hanging people and shit. Yeah,
Pause
fuck
for
that.
like a minute.
Got a purdy, man.
I know you
Ah.
don't do more than one pause or whatever.
No,
Well-
he'd go smoke his cigarette. I mean, at this point,
We're way past.
we're way past what we usually are. We're way past
we're
what
like,
we usually
yeah.
are.
But there he is. That's Thorne, legendary Thorne Greene.
Darn.
Mm-hmm.
He did it, boys. I can't believe it.
He did it.
Are you going to give it a run check or no?
I mean, I'll probably eventually do it. It's going to be like anticlimactic now because I'll be like, well, the podcast will be over. You guys will be like, dude, it's fucking 35 minutes now. Just kill the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm still saying I don't care. Like now, our listeners will see what it takes to do that. And if they think they can do it, the offer still stands, man. $100 from me.
300. They're getting 300.
300.
I am so happy we got that on tape because we were talking about that where the way we were talking about the record, it was kind of like a myth where we were just
Well, no,
saying,
I mean, and think
saying
about
it
it, too.
happened,
Like,
but we didn't have proof.
That's true.
think about it, too. Like, it kind of, if I was from the outside looking in from another neighborhood or someone listened to the show that didn't know us, like, think about it. I mean, it does kind of sound unrealistic. 6 beers in 4 minutes is insanity.
Yeah.
And then not only did he do it on video, I was hoping he would do it like 6. But like not only did he do it, he actually beat the original. That's what's crazy. That's what's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we
The
got
old
a
set
new
your
record.
mind. Set your mind to it, and you'll do it. He thought about that from his whole 4-hour trip back here to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I feel like if you're out there, the only way you can do it is if you can drink like that. You can't practice for something like that. You can't like get your mind right for something like you got. If you can booze like that, you know where to reach out. JSheck.com or This Philly Life on iTunes or thisphillylife.com, which is awesome now. You should be checking that out. It's
Great,
fucking hilarious.
Great website.
Yeah, but
Funny videos every day and all that shit. And I guess should we just end? That's fucking. We should have ended a
Yeah.
while ago.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, Thorne. He's probably gonna be. He did a few podcasts. He's telling me they're good, and we're gonna put him on J Sheck Podcast Network whenever he's gonna start a podcast. So yeah, check that out. You
And when he's,
guys, if
when
you
he-
like this podcast, you like this personality, I'm sure you're Should have.
And when he's passed out with his ass out,
Yep.
farting and shit, we'll get some pictures of him for the website.
Yeah, because he's going to be pretty boned up soon.
There you
'Cause
go,
the thing is, he came with a 24. He came with what else did he bring? The Platinum Scotch.
Yeah.
He brought the Johnny Walker Platinum
Yep.
Scotch,
Bottle
age
of
18
Fireball.
years, a bottle of Fireball, and a
With the
24
with
Corona
the
Light.
check-
So he
check
ain't stopping
sign on
anytime
it.
soon.
I know it might be Wednesday to the regular man, but it ain't Wednesday to me. Okay? Now let's have some fun. Good night.
I remember. Wait, no, that wasn't your house, was it?
What? My
Nah,
house?
I don't think I came to your shore house. Fucking at the shore house, but Charlie Brown shore house, all them. The one weekend I came down and Thorne got down late. He gets there, we're all drinking and shit. Within a half hour, he's passed out because he's
Yep.
just fucking chugging everything.
Just hammering through
And
it.
he was sitting on a chair. Here he is. Thorne, you remember when fucking
Daniels, you
Brown
put the
Shore
thing on
House?
Snapchat?
Oh, fuck.
Hurry up.
You can take it off. Take it off right now. No, but Brown and all them Shore House, you came
You
down.
said that after the fact, that's why.
You chugged you just drank a bunch, and then you were sitting on the chair. We're all sitting around talking. We just hear, boom. We look over, and Thorne, he just fell on the ground and was just passed out. And then the whole rest of the night, we put a folding chair on top of him, and then every time someone had to fart, they would sit on the folding chair and fart on top of Thorne.
No, I clearly don't remember that
Yeah.
by your story.
It was Memorial Day weekend, so I thought maybe you would remember. getting
Wait a
fucked
minute.
up.
Do you want to hear stupidity at its finest? In Daniel's Snapchat, he uploaded the time. He put pound unofficial. Like it has to be like looked into it. Like it's got like this is a fucking horse race and it's not legit right out of the gate.
Well,
We
Shaq
should-
will literally have the video and pound for pound every second accounted for. So
we
that's why I
should
said-
have had the Guinness Book of World Records here, and we could have pounded it official.
All right. That's all for
All right,
us.
yeah,
so over.
we're ending it. All right, Thorne, you want to say any last words? I already told him to check out your podcast when you release it.
Oh, giddy up.
Yeah. Giddy up. All right.
Good night.
Good night.